All right. Yeah, say hi to the fire alarm. Yoink. Come on now. All right. I'm looking for more stories. This in the background. Enjoy the spooky Kevin McLeod tunes. Anyways. Ah, okay. Turn that shit down. Anyways, welcome back. This is part two because, as stated, just now realized that I wasn't tired. I just had to go pee. Too much hydration. Anyways, uh, so welcome back, bros and girls. This is GP here, and non-binary people. I am all inclusive. Anyways, welcome back to Spoopathon, Readathon, whatever. Anyways, first story is from r/short scary stories because I don't have time for this, and it's called "I'm Hearing Voices," posted by you/no name idea 18. Okay, so this probably sounds insane, and it just might be, but please hear me out. I need to tell someone. I've been hearing voices. This all started a few weeks back. I work the night shift, and I work alone. So when it first started, I thought I was just imagining things. But then it didn't stop. Quite the opposite. More started talking. I'm not sure who they are, but I can take a guess. My best guess is that they are those people who were found dead, you may have seen on the news. After the first few voices started, I realized that every time someone died, another voice would join the others. There may be no connection, but then it's one hell of a coincidence. I've lost count of how many there are. It's impossible to count them. Although I do realize that trying to count up the voices in my head isn't really helping me sound exactly sane. I've tried everything to get rid of them. I've tried ignoring them, tried talking to them. I even went to the spot where they were killed. Nothing. They're still there, still talking, still saying the same things, repeating it over and over. You could have stopped. You could have saved us. They're driving me insane, if I'm not already. I'm going to be honest. I'm starting to wish I never killed them. Yep, just your, just your neighborhood psychopath. Stay safe out there, y'all. Anyways, drinking my monster, not sponsored, monster. Anyways, next story is Quantum Immortal by you/Beast of Bladenborough. Quantum immortality. Have you ever heard the theory of quantum immortality? It's the idea that timelines branch every time a decision gets made or probability has been decided, and that your consciousness will always continue into a timeline in which you survive in the event of probable death. Your friend that died will be alive in another universe. Well, it's true. And God, I wish I knew that when I was younger. I would have enjoyed my life a lot more, especially knowing the hell that awaits me at the end, or rather, for eternity. You see, when a life comes to an end, there's always a chance that your heart will beat one more time. You'll live for 1 minute or one more day. Those chances get slimmer every day, but your streams of consciousness continues uninterrupted into the few or even one of the trillions of branches. So no matter how slim the chance is, you're immortal. So here I am, a mortal at age 156. I'll never die. Doctors prod at me, hoping to learn what makes me continue on. And when I tell them they're just in a statistically anomalous timeline, they'll dismiss me as senile. This is my eternal hell. A bedridden, ancient man, too lucky to die. This hell awaits you too. That is very depressive. Not gonna lie. No. Yeah. I mean, when people ask me that stupid question, the whole, would you have immortality or something else? I always choose something else because immortality, sure, I'm scared of death, but continuing on over and over again, depressive. Ah. I love how the horror stories don't last any more longer than the music soundtracks in the background. Oh yeah, if you're wondering what kind of monster, it's just the plain one. It's just the plain one. Very foul, very sharp, very bitter. Anyways, next one. Ah yes, this one's a little bit longer. Anyways, this one's still r/short scary stories and is by u/lucky prophet. Listen. Every once in a while, I hear her. It'll be when I'm doing mundane tasks, the ones where you're just on autopilot, Folding laundry, brushing my teeth, or doing the dishes is usually when my ears pick it up. A crooning of sorts. A song, maybe, and rather far away, as though it's coming from the neighbor's TV or something. When I stop what I'm doing to try to find the source of it, though, it always stops. I'm always too late. I even tested it. I'm more aware of that now than I was after the incident, so I've gotten better at refusing my reflex to stop my task to try to hear it better. That way, it keeps going. That way, I can listen. Progressively louder. It's in my house now. Down the hall. Or maybe in the garage. I'm almost done loading the dishwasher, though, so I'm starting to get nervous about what will happen when I'm finished. I pull the soap out from under the sink to fill the detergent dispenser, and I'm realizing it's louder than it's ever been before, as if it's coming from the living room, right behind me. I start the door to the dishwasher and press start. She knows I still regret what I did, or rather, what I didn't do. I think she believes I always tried to ignore her, but that's just not true. I was just in denial. I didn't want to face the truth of the situation. I didn't want to listen. I recognize the lullaby now. I used to sing it to her when she was little. I turn around to face her, because I'm sure she's behind me by now. But when I do, she's gone. I'm too late. I'm always too late. Not scary, more sad. Very sad. Sad chat. No, yeah, but goddamn. Yeah, no, I just picked the stories at random, so my reaction is live. Yeah, that's actually how I react. Dry as hell. Anyways. What smells of cinnamon? Anyways. This is r/. Yeah. Short scary stories. This is posted by u/KMZA KM Zafari. KM Zafari with a Z. Yes. Anyways. Delicious. Wake up! I try to cry, hoping it's a dream. Wake up! But I'm unable to speak because the first thing the creature did was take my tongue. Its own had long since withered away, and it wants to taste the rest of me. So now my perfect pink tongue rests inside the decomposing mossy mouth of the skeletal being that is not quite human nor animal, but a thing, as it traces its claws along my skin, poking at the fleshiest parts. I can almost taste the decay as it moistens the remnants of its rotting lips with my tongue. Please be a dream. Please. Please be a dream. I plead inside. I squeeze my eyes shut, but when I open them, the creature's still there. I can hear it sniffing me. The traces of a smile spread across the creature's face, wrinkling the hollows where its eyes should be. I want to see you. I want to see you, it says. And fear, this creeping fear, starts at the base of my skull, and it electrifies my skin. My muted scream is guttural. Hold on. Primal, as the creature. Hold on. Hey, yo. Oh. Primal, as the creature digs its claws inside my socket and rips my eye from its orbit. My oculus momentarily rolls around in its new home before focusing back on me. My eyes meet, and the effect is surreal. At once, I can see both the creature and my own blood-covered face. This terrifies me because I now know that I'll not only see my flesh as he devours it, but will be able to taste myself too. I'm hungry, it says. I stare at myself with curiosity, no longer certain where the creature ends and where I begin. My stomach rumbles, and for a brief moment, I wonder what I'll taste like. I'll have my answer soon enough. Actually, I should play my favorite one. Kevin MacLeod, Kevin MacLeod, Kevin MacLeod. Alright. Ah. Gotcha. Here's another one by Just Human 963. Why I'm never working the night shift again. Here I am bleeding out on the ground. A gun sits in my hand, and a dead body is only a few feet away from me. The sound of police sirens and an ambulance can be heard outside. Finally, everything will be fine. How did any of this happen, though? It all started about a week ago, when I was working the night shift, stocking the shelves. There's a guy that walks in every day at 10 p.m. to grab the exact same thing every night. A six-pack of beers and a bag of Skittles. I had no idea how that combo made sense, but to each their own. This past week, the guy's been lingering around more than usual, passing through every aisle at least 4 to 5 times before paying for his stuff and leaving. I even heard about him coming around in the morning and acting suspiciously. The only reason I never said anything was because any accusations without evidence wouldn't be worth the trouble. Tonight he comes in and spends the better part of an hour strolling around. His body today seems a bit off. The way he's dragging his leg slightly is a bit off putting. It's almost like he has something in the waist of his pants. He comes over after this hour and comes over to my lane. I clean up and count the cash from the lanes after stalking at night. He brings his usual items over and stares up at me. Well then, cash your card, I ask. I looked at him, but he gave no response. After a few moments pass, he pulls the gun from his waist. Take the money out of the drawer and put it in the bag. Any moments, any movements I don't like, and I'll put a hole in that head of yours, he says, shaking. He's putting up a front, trying to appear intimidating. I sigh and put the money in the bag slowly, keeping my eyes on him. You don't want to do this. You've never even killed anyone, have you? I ask, keeping my eyes on him as I fill the plastic bag with money. Shut up, or I'll put the money in the bag, or I'll end you, he yells, putting both hands on his gun, pointing it at me, shaking even more. I put the rest of the money in the bag and hand it to him. He lowers his gun, and at that moment, I push him into the corner, out of sight of the cameras. He fires off a few bullets that miss me. Hold on. Lunging at him, I get the gun out of his hands and I point it at him. You know what? I was going to let you go, but you just had to threaten me. I can make do with this, though, dumb bitch. I say, putting a bullet in his head and then shooting myself in the shoulder while pretending to fall backwards. Hmm. Don't know what to say about that one. A lot of ones keep doing that perspective of the bad guy or something. Perspective of the killer. I don't know. I don't find killers that interesting. Mindscape maybe, but like the actual thought of being one, not that interesting. Hold on. Be like taking another life. Lame. Anyways. Should I read Mr. Clean? Nah. What? Dude. Another one that's a little bit longer. This one's by U slash Prisley. Prisley? I mean, it's a double C. Can't be Prickly. Prisley. Anyways. Are you real? Are you real? A man rasped from the darkness. I looked around, confused. Me? I shrugged, unnerved by the strange question. The beeline swooshed to a stop, and I leapt aboard. Luckily, the guy didn't follow. The train car was empty, something I'd become accustomed to while working the grave shift. I sat beside the door, relaxing as best as I could on the hard plastic bench. The metro began to slow, and the speaker crackled to life, static lasting longer than usual, prompting me to open one eye. I nearly jumped out of my skin. Across from me, I saw the man, grinning ear to ear, his chapped lips split and bloodied. He rode from outside the subway. I shot forward in my seat, rubbing my eyes. He was still there. Are you real? The speaker called over the roaring static. No, not static. That was the interference of rushing wind. The train slowed to a halt. In that instant, I shot one more look to find the maniac gone. I picked up my backpack and bolted. Not a single soul walked the streets. Not a man, a cat, nor a mouse. I passed the gate into the parking lot, but the toll booth was dark. Sleeping on the job? It choked, desperate for normal interaction. After a minute of creeping silence,